Brad Big Productions here with another LEGO video. Today I have the LEGO Minecraft The Creeper set. The set number is 21276. It has 665 pieces, and all it comes with is this creeper. So without further ado, let's take a look at it. This was a very interesting build. A lot of tile placing, and yeah, that was basically most of the build. It's just this like tile placing, which took quite a bit to do and line up some of those. And even then, some of them aren't even perfectly lined up. But that's okay. This creeper is also massive. As you can see, he barely fits in my screen. I was actually struggling to make him fit in this screen. And yeah, it's definitely a lot bigger than I was expecting. There is some playability here. So all these legs are just on hinges. So you can just kind of move them however you want. You can get kind of a walking pose right there, which looks good. You can also have him laying flat like this. You can have feet like this. I don't know if you want him sitting. Yeah, there's like maybe he's kneeling. I don't even know. There's just, with these hinges, it's a lot of random articulation, but you can get the walking pose, which is iconic of creepers. So that's a good thing. Yeah, this looks pretty solid right there. Yeah, and then of course you have the head, which is just on a ball joint. Now the head is a little top heavy, so I have found it sometimes will sag a little bit. If you get at like one angle, it might slowly start to go down, which is a little unfortunate. Now the face print looks awesome. The face print looks really good. Again, there are some things with the building where like these sides just don't look as textured. Now because they're limited on how to build it, I think they did an okay job at doing that. There are no weird colors. I'll say that. There are no weird colors. They're all either the gray, the dark green, the green, or the lime green. So that's something. But like when you have these like sections where they have to connect portions, it gets a little funky. Like here they connected these little side pieces, so it just gets a little wild. Even like right here where the legs connect, this just gets a little funky right there. But overall, I think it looks fine, especially if you have like the legs up. It's a little less noticeable. The underside, you do have those, but I actually didn't even notice those were there until I just looked. So those aren't too big of an issue. I will say the underside of these legs, having that straight gray line, can be a little bit annoying. Because you can see that, like if this leg was up and this leg was up, you do see that right there. So that's a little bit but upsetting, but I don't know, it's kind of hard because I don't know how else they would have done it other than like layer some plates and stuff, but then it might not meet their standards. So I think overall LEGO did a really good job with the design, and I think from a front look the creeper looks solid. Like it looks like a creeper. So yeah, I think they did a pretty solid job with it. I don't know, I'm kind of like in this weird, like, this kind of gets me a little bit right there. Like, I get what they're trying to do, and they did their best, and I think it works. There's just sometimes where it doesn't. I think maybe like an angle like this, where you get the most amount of tiled up places, like this looks good, but then you just see the tops of the legs, so maybe we just gotta go like that. That looks better. That looks good. The legs do hold, which is nice. I was kind of shocked at those hinges. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit interesting, but I think LEGO did the best what they could with the standards that they have, and that works. Now, there is a little Easter egg here, where if you rip off the front of his head, you have two little things. Are a block of TNT, and then this creeper pig, which is interesting. Now, my brother brought up a good point that they didn't make the creeper pig like the creeper minifigure, and just printed out like a new Steve head or new creeper head, you know, the Minecraft head in pink with a pig face and then a pink creeper body, which is interesting. They could have done that, but I guess these are pieces that they already have, so they're not like making any new prints or anything, which makes sense. So, and I think it's fine. It is a funny little figure and a nod to something that a lot of long-term Minecraft fans know about, and even new ones. And I think it's a cool little figure. It's not exclusive either, so if you really want to make this, you could. So I guess that is a nice thing about it, is that if you don't want to buy the set but you want your own creeper pig, like you just have to have a pig face and the pieces for it. So that is nice. Yeah, and then the TNT. While we all know that the creeper anatomy, the TNT is the heart, based on that one image I remember from like elementary school. But yeah, it's cool, and they just store in the head right there. So this TNT you just kind of place in the middle, and then the creeper pig just kind of slides in there, and then you can close it up like that, and boom, little Easter egg. But yeah, that's kind of it for this set. Now let's take a look at the packaging and my final verdict. So I'm building the Lego Minecraft creeper set, and I just opened all the bags. All of them are plastic except for bag 1 has a paper bag inside. I thought it might be something special, but it's literally just like a small bag of pieces. So it's kind of strange. We're in like this weird transition state of paper and plastic bags, but this is one of the first few paper bags I've gotten. But it is strange that this is the only paper bag. All the rest are plastic. Like all of them are big bags, all the little bags are plastic, except for this one. So I wonder why that is. Each of this is like pretty standard. Nothing too crazy. The back of the box shows the little creeper pig, and then you can hide it in the head. Shows the articulation. Yeah, nothing like too crazy about this box. Instructions are somewhat interesting. It tells you here that the fun fact is the creeper was originally an incorrectly modeled pig. So that explains the little creeper pig right there, which is kind of cool. It tells you how to build the set, of course. Then it gives an ad for the rest of the sets of this wave. Now, I do have all these sets. I am getting around to reviewing them. I actually don't have this one. I'm hoping to get it for Christmas. If not, I will get it because it's pretty cool. Peace Scout, and then the win. The pieces are just tiles. For my final verdict, I really do like this set. I think they're going for an interesting thing because here, I have it sitting down so that you can get a better view of it, but I do want to bring in some comparison models. Here is the big fig scale creeper versus that creeper, and then of course we have the minifigure creeper. So this is obviously very large, and it's a more detailed model, and when looking at it to this creeper, which I thought this creeper was pretty good, it puts it to shame. I mean, look how much more detail there is on this one. So I do think that this is a very valid model to have, and for such it's a relatively cheap price of $40, where you get like these large collectible, very notable figures. That's the word I was looking for. Like very iconic characters. Like a creeper is very iconic in video game culture, of course. And so, especially Minecraft as well. I mean, it's the face of Minecraft. So I think this is a very valid model to have. And I think despite all the issues with the transition between the different sections, I think it's still a good model to have out on the market. And I think a lot of people will enjoy this, probably more collectors than necessarily kids, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Like, they still have a ton of play sets for Minecraft, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of good sets and cheap sets for Minecraft for kids. So I think having these more collector models is totally okay, especially because of the people that grew up with Minecraft are now getting older. So I do like this set a lot, actually. And I think the idea of the set is good. And I think it is executed relatively well, you know? And for $40, I mean, if you look at the price to part ratio, 600 pieces, wow, that's so many. But also look how many 1x1s there are. Like, are you kidding me? Look at this face alone. You know, there's so many 1x1s that the price to part ratio doesn't even count, you know? But even for $40, this thing is huge. This thing is massive. This is a really tall build. You know, like this is a really tall build. So way bigger than I was expecting. And so when I got it, I was like, you know what? I could see this for $35 at like a very good price, I feel like. So 40 is not the worst. And I think they're making that Fox in 2026, which will also be $40, which I like. I feel like if it's in scale with this creeper, like I think Lego Minecraft could have a really cool thing going for it, because I thought they were bringing back the big figs, because this is the big fig from the baby pig's birthday party. And I was like, oh, I like the big figs. Like, those are cool. But I think this is an even better idea to get these like more iconic mobs in like a larger scale. As long as they're kept at a relatively low price, like a low end price. Like I think $40 is perfect for this. If they start getting into the 50s, depends on the set. You know, if you're getting like a a zombie, it's a little bit taller, more pieces. That might be, more acceptable or something, versus like, if they were to make a chicken or something and it's like $60, like, no. But, I think that $40, like, this is fine for what it is. So overall, I would give this a solid, like, 7 out of 10. I think the novelty of it is really saving it, because I think the lowest thing, again, is just those, like, transition things. But the price isn't bad. And yeah, overall, I do like this. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you liked this video, please consider liking and subscribing. And I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts about the set in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace out. Bye.